Here we have a pre-owned 2019 Toyota 4Runner. This one is an XP appearance package, so we get the Sr5 Premium, which includes the sunroof, the Softex interior. But this one is magnetic gray metallic on black and gray leather with the XP appearance package. Powertrain consists of a 4-liter naturally aspirated V6, made it to a 5-speed automatic transmission. This one has almost 42,000 miles on it. To the front end here, love the aggressive front fascia, halogen headlamps and fog lights, and just how this one is kind of specced out, especially with the magnetic gray and these wheels coming up. It just looks so off-road ready, hardcore in my opinion. But down here, these are going to be 17-inch, I believe, alloy wheels. One-touch up and down windows on all 4 doors. Power door lock controls, rear window locks. Windshield de-icer, power mirror controls, foot pedal parking brake. And we get a manual tilt as well as telescoping steering wheel. But here's our power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support. And a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this 4Runner today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. But I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so sitting behind myself, there's a space. Not terrible, but not the best. I could probably scoot that seat up a little bit to make more room. Now, rear AC vents are back here, and then you have two 12 volts. That'll give you up to 120 watts there, which is nice. And then this middle seat will fold down, and there are your bottle holders. And the grab handle here, you can hang a shirt, pair of pants right there if you want to. Now, child lock, unlock there. Fuel cap is here. And there's look at the back end. I love the kind of blackout tail lights, and that's not really what they're called, but I guess it's kind of like a smoke gray, almost smoke tail lights. That's what I was trying to come up with, but that's how those look, and I like that design. Spare underneath, there's the trailer hitch, and there's the exhaust. And a lot of cargo space back here. A 120 volt, 3-prong, 400 watt plug-in right next to another 12 volts. So you could run a lot of power out of this if you need to. And then your top tethers are integrated on the back of the seats themselves. I guess this doesn't work anymore, but yeah, storage throughout. Now, as we come around to the rear passenger side, if you want to fold the seat flat, push this button in here. But first you got to pull up here. And that's a little tough, but once you get that going, get the headrest out of the way, you can fold this seat into the floor. So I had to kind of remove the headrest. It's hard, pretty much impossible to do that with just my one hand. So after that's done, that'll fold flat and you have more space to run objects through to the front. And then we do get a power front passenger seat, which is great. Lockable glove compartment here. Still have the owner's manual in this one in particular. And then we're just gonna pop the hood real quick. And there's that 4-liter V6, and the hydraulics are still good on holding this hood up, thank goodness. It's like a bird nest was in there. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. Before we do that, let me show these blinkers. So incandescent bulb on the back. I do like that we have the side mirrors. Look like those are LED turn signals. And then the standard incandescents on the front as well. a leather wrap steering wheel here. There's a horn sound. Now over here to the top clock, you can just hit that H or that M to change the time. It'll go forward, you just come back around. Hazards are there. Now to the radio, we do get the built-in navigation system. Love having that. For audio, we have Bluetooth, and then we have AM, FM, XM, CD drive, USB drive, aux input, and then you can download your apps there as well. Volume knobs here. You can click to turn the audio off, and a scroll knob, tune knob there, CD drive right here. Hit these apps, you can go to the navigation, XM traffic and weather if you have that, and then your settings here, change your units of measurement there, or change your language right here. There's your backup camera, and then the SD card reader for the nav is right behind this little cover here. But down here you get single zone manual climate controls. You can adjust the fan speed here, fan direction here, temperature here. You can close off the vents, and then your rear defroster, heated mirrors are right there. Little storage cubby, USB-A and an aux input that runs to your radio. Then a 12 volt little storage here, and then the full 4-wheel drive down here. So you can push this to go through 4 high, 4 low, or I have it in 2-wheel drive now, so just get you that rear wheel drive. And then for the shifter, just hit the brake, pull, reverse, neutral, drive, come over here, and you can manually shift through those 5 speeds. And you can see what gear you're in there in the middle of the gauge cluster. Heated seats are here. You just kind of push this knob forward and back to adjust that. Now, another plus of the XP package is you do get the one-touch up and down window in the back, and then another 12 volt in the center console cubby space here. This one had dividers in it, which comes in handy. And then some of your off-road controls, universal garage door transmitter, and then you have your lights here, and your sunroof controls are there, and then sunglasses holder. But let's slide this back, see what it does with one touch. So that's one touch there. Hit it a second time, it goes a little further back. But there's look at the back seat from up here, and you can see the difference between the third row down, or the second row down, and then the second row up. There's your vanity mirror. Now back to the steering wheel. Blinkers here. High beams, daytime running lights, fog light controls, and then your intermittent wiper controls are here. So one time off, intermittent low, high. You can adjust that intermittent frequency here. Your rear wiper, intermittent on. And you can pull either direction for that rear wiper fluid, and then pull up for the front fluid. Now to the actual steering wheel itself, this mode button goes to your audio sources, and then you can hold to mute. Over here, voice recognition, Bluetooth controls, volume controls here, and then this display button goes through that middle part of the gauge cluster. You can change all of that and then change your settings as well. And then cruise control is here, so click that in to activate it, and then you can set the speed, cancel, and then you can hit this button down here to change your trip meter, so you can go from the trip A, trip B to the odometer. But these 4 arrows on the left side go through the radio here, so you can scroll through all of that there. So you can either tune going left to right, or go through the presets up and down. And then finally, there's your key in the ignition there with the panic button. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2019 Toyota 4Runner XP out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this 4Runner SR5 Premium, you have that 4-liter V6, naturally aspirated, 5-speed automatic, so it gets up to speed pretty good. Fuel economy is not the best with this setup, but I mean, most people that buy these aren't necessarily concerned about that anyway. But this is a relatively powerful SUV. Now, I like how this one is equipped with the XP appearance package, which basically just throws in those TRD wheels, the tires, some badging. I think I might have misspoke earlier saying it had the sunroof and all of that, but the SR5 Premium includes the sunroof, the leather seats, and all of that. But here we go. So with a high displacement V6 and a 5-speed automatic with pretty long gears, this gives pretty good pulls, especially from the lower gears, getting up to speed. And the overall ride quality is actually very good. Here, a little bit of wind noise. And these tires definitely have some road noise to them. It's one of those frequencies that, like, if you listen for it, you can hear it, but it's not something that would necessarily deter me from buying one of these, especially with the looks you get. And I can't remember what I said these wheels are. I just kind of talk as how I remember things, but with these being the TRD off-road wheels, I can't remember if they're aluminum alloy or something else, but 99.9% of people, it doesn't really matter. But I do like the wheels, and it helps having the smaller TRD wheels as opposed to having some 18s or 20s on this. Makes it more off-road capable, but still relatively decent when it comes to the road noise. Now, you have to travel quite a bit with the brake pedal in typical Toyota fashion, but once you get used to it, you wouldn't have it any other way. Now, I do want to give one more thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these pre-owned closer to home, click on that second link down below, and it takes just a minute to fill out your information. I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get to the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. But a pretty capable vehicle, I think, especially for this to be low miles for the year. These have pretty good reliability history. And I mean, it's a simple powertrain. That's one of the reasons that the reliability is so good, but it's also an older powertrain. So this 4-liter V6, Toyota's had years and years to really perfect this. Same thing with the 5-speed automatic. As opposed to the newer Tundra Sequoias that we're hearing just a little bit in terms of issues out of, like most engines that have the V6 with the turbos in them. They're not perfect, and that's one more thing that could go wrong, especially if you don't have a long history of dealing with them. But I do think that these are still solid if you don't care about fuel economy. If you want something that drives very easily, it's very off-road capable, and it's not necessarily a looker, but a lot of people like to customize these to the max and just make them their own, kind of like the Jeep community. So I see a lot of these that have been souped up in one way or another, and that's one of the reasons I think the dealers in the area kind of came up with the packages or whatever to kind of upsell. So you throw on some TRD wheels, some blacked out badging, and then you kind of sell it, because a lot of people were going to do that anyway. But it's another selling point getting it from the dealer as opposed to having to go somewhere else after you buy a vehicle. But the SR5 Premium, just having the nav, the sunroof, I really like how they're equipped. And then again with this XP series, just having those extras is also nice as well. So I think it'd be a pretty good deal if you get one of these pre-owned. So this dealer does have a lifetime powertrain warranty that covers this vehicle. And that's for the lifetime of however long you own the vehicle, which is always nice, especially with something like this that we know will go a lot of miles. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2019 Toyota 4Runner, and this one is an XP series.